Hello everyone, this is David White of the Mecha Zone, and today I want to talk about the evolution of the Mechanaut. A lot of people have requested Bicep Swivel for the arms, and here we have the Mechanaut version 2, which is the first unit that has the actual elbow joint. And it's great for playability, it adds a lot of fun posing, but it doesn't have the bicep swivel, so you can't do, I don't know, karate poses, you can't have his sword slashing around. And in this version, it's still a little clunky looking, I think. I did approach that for the version 3, which you can see here. This hasn't been released at all yet, but it has a much better looking elbow joint from all angles, and it has a little bit of a tighter feel, and overall I think it works really well. But again, it still doesn't have the bicep swivel. So after seeing the video review by Vangelis and having several people through email ask me why doesn't it have this bicep swivel, I finally took the time to make it, and here you can see my first prototype, which is also testing out a new cyan colored ABS, which looks pretty good with the black. I think has sort of a retro Microman feel to it, but as you can see, it has the same sort of look to the elbow joint, but now it also has bicep swivel, and it needs a little bit of work, a little iteration, because when it's all the way up it locks into place, so I'll have to fix that. But as you can see, it was one extra piece, but I had to redesign this piece, this insert for the elbow and the forearm, as well as design this new piece, all just to add that. So it took about a half a day of fiddling in my 3D program, but I think it'll be a lot of fun once it's done. I also need to find a way to make sure that it doesn't just fall off, but it shouldn't be a problem. Most of these 5mm peg joints are pretty solid. So there you go, there's your first preview of this bicep. I think it'll be really fun. I mean, literally with his hand you could have him all like wha-cha, you know, with the karate chop, and have some swords. Here's one that's ready to be shipped out, and you know, you can put him in a lot more interesting poses and dynamic with this new joint. So I'm going to develop it a little bit more, and once it's done, it'll be a part of the Mechanaut version 3. I also call this guy the Commander, just because he's a little more advanced. Has new plates on the side of his legs, so I can sort of mix up the color variations a little bit more. He also has more detail here, but since this version's been made, I've cut this piece up, this central torso piece, so that the lower abdomen is a separate piece and these pistons are a little shorter. That way I could have the waist be a different color. You could do that on the other Mechanaut, and I found that it was missing in this one. Like the versatility wasn't quite there. I also have some joints on the back, 2 instead of 1, and generally just a few more extra details here and there. I also wanted to tie it into the Mechanaut just a little bit more, because the Mechanaut is basically a ruined version, or a distorted version of the Mechanaut. He's kind of gone bad, and I'll eventually be releasing some story for that. I just haven't had the time to do any development of it. I'm too busy making the toys, if you know what I mean. So hopefully that'll happen and everybody will enjoy this story. But for now, this was the point of the whole video, so sorry I got a little sidetracked. But here it is. I hope to do more videos in the future and give more previews and sort of talk about the figure. So if you have anything you want to see, you know, just leave a comment and let me know, and I'll see what I can do about it. Alright? Thanks guys, and have fun.